Welcome back to the stay-at-home videos. Thanks for watching. And today we're going to have an interesting topic. We're actually not going to talk about plants, but we're going to talk about something that can help out your plants and can get rid of some of your food scraps in your house. We're going to talk about worms. And today I have someone here to help me explain to you what she does and how worm castings can help you.
I'm Elena, and I'm co-founder of Terra. And it is a social enterprise where we want to recycle and use food waste and divert it from the landfill. And we want to feed this food waste to the worms, actually to an army of worms. And the end product is worm castings. And I can tell you, everybody can do that in their backyards. I've even read that some people are doing this in their apartments in a small bucket under the sink.
Ooh, look!
They're so dirty.
Before we go any further, can you explain what worm castings are?
Worm castings is actually worm poop. This is our brand name, Terra worm poop. When I say what it is, then people really understand what it is. So actually there is another term, worm castings, and in other words, this is what worms digest. And that's why it is full of different micronutrients, nutrients, and microorganisms.
Since this is so easy and I can do this at home or at school, what are the materials that I need to be successful?
We were using just tubs, and you can get them at Home Depot, and I'm sure you already have it in your backyard. So we were using this type of tubs. You will also need worms, of course, and you will need bedding. So I want to talk about bedding, so what it exactly means. So bedding is a material so that worms feel good in it, so can thrive in it, multiply. And bedding, so for example, we are using compost. So we are actually bringing some compost or dewey, and we mix it then with kitchen scraps. So this is what I want to talk about, like kitchen scraps. I feel so good that we actually can use our food waste from our kitchen for something beneficial, so that it doesn't go into a trash can and it doesn't go to the landfill. So we have been using kitchen scraps, and what I really mean is vegetative waste. So for example, banana skin or potato peelings or cabbage stems, broccoli stems, and so on. And we, in our family, we eat a lot of vegetables, so that's why we actually collect quite a bit of it. So what we also have been doing with kitchen waste, we were blending it in a household blender with water. So because we want to break it down, so to make it as easy as possible for worms to digest it and to eat it.
So do I have to blend it? What if I don't have a blender or I don't want to take the time to do that?
You don't have to. This is how it worked for us, because at the very beginning, when we were using shredded paper and just normal kitchen scraps, we even didn't chop it or something like that, so it looked really horrible. It was too wet. There was something not in balance concerning moisture, and it was taking just too long time for worms to eat through the kitchen scraps. So after a while, after different attempts, trials and errors, we found out that blending food waste and mixing it with compost worked just perfect for us, but it is not necessary, definitely.
So now that I know what I need for materials and my worms love to eat my food waste, how do I get soil out of this? What do I do next?
So when we see in the tub that worms have already digested the food, then we always want to screen it. So because we want to separate, so we don't want to have bigger chunks of organic matter in worm castings. So we actually did something just in our household, like a screen. So we put it on top and we shake it, and the end result is worm castings. So it is absolutely like earth smelly. It's like soil, like dirt, and black. So that's why we call it black gold.
So worms can help with getting rid of food waste, and they're cool. They make soil, but why else are they important?
Worm castings are full of microorganisms, and this is what is so important for the soil. That's why we like to say, feed the soil, not the plant. In any case, it is really proven that if you use worm castings in the soil for your plants, then the plants have higher yields. It is really proven. What is also really exciting and interesting for me, so that if you add worm castings to the soil, you don't need to water it so often, because that helps to retain water. So you can really save money on your water bill. So yeah, there are so many different benefits of it, and also, for example, worm castings repel pests and some diseases. So that's why it's really great to use it in the garden.
So can I just use any type of worm, the worm I find out in the garden here? Or is there specific types of worms that are better for the job?
We are using red worms, so the native species of worms, and this is how it works perfect here in Oregon. So because of the climate, we also could really see that worms are not so active during winter when it is a little bit colder, but they're getting much more active during summer month. So it worked really perfect with the native worms.
So if I don't have any worms myself, how do I get some worm castings?
We at Hillterra, we sell worm castings right now, so you can buy them directly from us. You can get some more information on our website, hillterra.org, or you can also buy them at DC Farmers Co.
So now that we know all this about worms, what's your favorite thing about them? What's your favorite thing about worms and vermiculture?
What I really love about vermicomposting is that it's about using food waste and diverting it from the landfill. So there is actually a big thing right now about recycling, and I think so we should do as much as we can to recycle anything what we can. And actually, so food waste is the easiest way, because not everybody, so everybody can do that, but also I think schools can do this as well. And that's why I really want to encourage you to talk to your teachers, your parents, about starting a worm bin in your school, because you can collect food waste, and then you can also see the results, worm castings for your garden.
Thank you so much for that information about worms and worm castings. Please watch our next video on more information on how to garden at home. And of course, go to their website if you have any questions about worm castings, or reach out to me. Have a great day, stay cool, water your plants, and we'll see you next time.